What's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 4. We'll laugh about this tomorrow. Last episode kind of ended it on my story for the most part. I mean, my story's not over, right? My story's just beginning. And I had a lot of people reach out to me again and talk to me more about stuff. And a few new people talk to me. And it's pretty cool, man. The response is pretty cool. We're going to start changing the directory of the podcast into like what I wanted it to be. I just want everybody to have a chance to know who I was, to why I started this and why I wanted to do it and the kind of person that I am. And of course, my addiction isn't who I am. I am a much better person. I was even a good person while I was addicted to stuff, but that's neither here nor there. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. I became a brand ambassador. If you go to publicgift.com and use promo code MENTAL25, all caps, MENTAL 25, you can get up to 10% off on your purchase, and a percentage of their proceedings go to addiction recovery, mental health recovery, all kinds of different charities and what do you call it? Recovery centers and stuff like that. It's really cool. They reached out to me and they're sending me a shirt and they gave me the promo code. So if anybody that's listening wants to help out and go to their website, they have stuff for every kind of addiction. Shirts, bracelets, you name it. Really cool stuff. Publicgift.com, code mental health, MENTAL 25. So go check that out. Get yourself something cool to celebrate your sobriety. And let's get right into it. The Travis Scott stuff. Travis Scott, people dying at his concert and all that. I kind of wanted to give my take on it. I see all this funny stuff on Facebook. To me, it's funny because they think he's some devil worshiper and all this was like planned from so long ago that he's just some devil worshiper and he wanted people to have a surge in the crowd and die. Like, people are dumb. If anybody's to blame, I feel like it's the county that put on the concert for not having enough security because people were breaking in through barriers, so there's already too many people than the ticket number allowed. So that's your first mistake right there. You should have had more security, a more secured concert arena. And why the hell do you not notice that, first off, too? Like, there's so many people in the crowd to where it looks dangerous. Like, there's videos and stuff with Travis Scott trying to help people, but nobody wants to show that stuff. They just want to focus on the fact that he's not doing anything when this trampling is going on. And there's, like, stories of a guy, like, trying to inject people with fentanyl and all kinds of crazy stuff. And I simply don't think it's true. I think that whatever happened, whether it was somebody crazy or whatever, the surge in the crowd happened. And people lost their lives because of it. I don't think Travis Scott is responsible for it. Like, they took him off Fortnite. Like, what does that do? Like, Travis Scott, first off, has a gajillion endorsements. McDonald's, Fortnite, you name it, he's probably has something to do with it. And people are writing a petition to get him out of Coachella and all this stuff. I mean, for crying out loud, his fan base is called the Ragers. Like, if you don't, you know what I mean? Like, the Ragers. Yeah. Crowd surges are going to happen if your fans are known as the Ragers. I just think it's crazy. I don't think Travis Scott is at fault for this. I think his music's already crazy. And if you're not prepared to get a little bumped and bruised when you go to one of those concerts, then you shouldn't be going to one of his concerts. I think that something was afoot and something started it, of course. Will we actually know? I haven't seen any story that's clearly been definitive on what started the surge in the crowd. They said the people running around with the fentanyl, injecting people or whatever. I think that's a little far-fetched. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I don't know. I haven't seen anything that's said this person name and everything was injecting people with fentanyl. I haven't seen it, so at this point, it's, I don't know. The whole Satan worshiper, this was planned to have people die. Get the fuck out of here with that. That's insane. I'm not personally a fan of Travis Scott's music. He has some cool songs, but I'm not someone that like waits for his music to come out or like wants to go to his concerts. But I still think he's a cool human being and he's a badass artist. And I don't think he's at fault for taking him off concerts and trying to boot him off all these concerts is stupid. His fan base is so huge. Like that petition for Coachella, it's like it has so many signatures. But do you think? I think it's 45,000 signatures last I saw. 45,000 signatures is his fan base? No, I guarantee you his fan base is 1,000,000 plus, if not more. I don't know. That's my thing on it. I don't think he's at fault. I think there was something more at play, and whatever caused it, caused it. I don't think any artist wants people to die at their concert. I mean, that kind of puts a stain on your reputation if you know what I mean. And they're not, and he's not and they're acting like he's the first artist that this has ever happened at. I remember when that Pearl Jam thing happened and people got killed. There was another one, Dave Matthews Band. People like this crowd surge happened and people got hurt. I don't know if anybody got killed. So I mean, it's not like it's the first time it's happened, but the media is acting like it is. But I mean, go figure. The media is the media these days, and they're gonna say whatever the hell they want just to get their clicks. So the Travis Scott stuff is it's just crazy to me. I don't think that he has any fault in it. I mean, if anybody's to fault, it's the place where they threw it. They didn't have enough security. People were breaking down the fences, and more people were getting in than the arena were permitted for. So I mean, you have a fire risk, an emergency risk right there. You know, if it's max 100 people and you break the gate, and now you got 500 people there, you're probably gonna have some issues. There's a bunch of crazy stuff going on in the world right now. The whole Kyle Rittenhouse trial is going on. The video of him crying up on the stand is probably the most hilarious shit in the world. There is no way that is real. There's no way that's real. He can't. If he cries with no tears, then I don't know. There's something wrong with his tear ducts or something. That shit is hilarious. And to me, I feel like they're going about it all wrong. Like, I mean, in a way. So the defense is saying that like it was self-defense, and me personally, I'm on that side. I think it was self-defense. He's saying that he was in fear for his life because the people that attacked him, that he thought they were going to steal his gun and use it against him and kill him. So in my mind, if somebody's trying to take the gun out of my hand in a hostile situation, I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm going to try to survive the encounter. And then there you have the other side where all the people that got killed by him were heroes. They're heroes for trying to stop him. Stop him doing what? All he was doing was walking down the street, and then these guys try to jump him. And not only these guys, they're pedophiles and rapists and have freaking long-ass rap sheets. And you're going to sit here and say that this kid is at fault and those people were perfect and they're heroes? Get the fuck out of here with that. Those people are crazy. And you know what's sad about it is he's probably going to get convicted of murder. And it's pretty sad because you can't even defend yourself anymore in this country without being put on trial. And it's like, who the fuck are you to judge me? I'm trying to save my own life. And Kyle Rittenhouse, yeah, he may be a character and he may be, you know, a little douchebag, but he was acting in self-defense, and I stand by him on that. If somebody's trying to take a gun from me, I'm going to pull that trigger if that's the only thing that I can do to get this person from getting my gun from me. If you're going to attack somebody and take their gun, what are you going to do with the gun? Can you honestly say in that situation that you're not going to use it on him? They can sit there and say to themselves all day long that, oh, I was just trying to, you know, disarm him and throw it to the side or whatever. Like, no. If he was going to be disarmed, the cops that rolled up on him right after he shot that guy should have took the gun from him. But no, he just went by and he went on his merry way and got the fuck out of the situation. And now he's on trial for murder. And not only that, too, I was just reading an article that popped up. BLM protesters scream at Kyle Rittenhouse supporters as tensions flare on courthouse steps. So you got all the journalists getting security because the BLM protesters are trying to go at the people that are defending Kyle Rittenhouse. Like, first off, This would have never even happened if BLM didn't get as crazy as it did. Yeah, I'm not even going to dive into that much, but I mean, the kid has support on a lot of stuff, and then he has a lot of people that are haters and thinking that he should go to jail. I think the funniest picture from the trial so far is the prosecutor holding up the AR-15, and he's got his finger on the trigger while he's pointing it at the jury, like showing them an example of the gun. Like, pretty sure that's like gun rule number one. Like, when you hold up a gun, you never have your finger on the trigger unless you're ready to shoot. So I'm not even a big gun enthusiast. Yeah, I've shot guns. I've shot AR-15s. I have a gun for self-defense. But other than that, like, I'm not some big gun guy. I don't go spend my money on a bunch of guns. But I know that if I'm, cleaning my gun, messing with my gun, or even getting ready to shoot, you don't put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to shoot. And you got a prosecutor showing an AR-15 to the jury, trying to say how dangerous it is, and he's being dangerous right there in front of him. Like, get the fuck out of here with that. That's insane. I had a couple other things I wanted to bring up too. Oh shit, Britney Spears, man. Britney Spears is wilding out. She's doing it again. She's doing her thing. She had a glass of champagne and they're berating her for it. She hasn't drank for like 14 years or some shit, and now they want to go after Britney Spears because she drank, and she even like posted her little social media post was, I had some champagne to celebrate my freedom. Man, you do it, girl. Get your freedom. Have your drink. Who gives a shit what people think? You already had to go through hell and all this other stuff with the conservatorship, or whatever the fuck whatever it's called. Like, you're crazy. If people are crazy, like Britney Spears, go live your life. Go live your best life now that you got your millions of dollars back and you got your new man, and do whatever the fuck you want in life now. So we have I was going to talk about this a little bit. I'm a huge Raiders fan. NFL, Oakland Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders now, and the whole Henry Ruggs thing. And there's all kinds of like weird, like shifty stuff happening, like in that case. And as shitty as it is to say, like, first off, Henry Ruggs is a complete idiot. Like, how are you gonna go 140 or 100 plus miles per hour, drunk? Whether you're drunk, buzzed, whatever, it's still drunk driving. Drunk, smash into somebody, kill them, and then sit there and act like you're not at fault. Like, okay, let's go back to the beginning. You're a kid that grew up in the hood. You're a badass high school football player. You get offered a full ride to college to play the sport that you love. And then you get drafted to the NFL, making six figures every week in the NFL. And you're going to go do some dumb shit, like get drunk with your friends and drive your foreign sports car and kill somebody. Like, it's one thing. If he wouldn't have been drunk, this would be a completely different story. Like, yeah, he might, still be charged for murder, but now it's just like plain out stupidity. Like, you literally killed like the car's a weapon at that point. Like, you don't know what you're doing when you're drunk. And this dude, like, their attorneys are refusing to turn over the medical records because they want to say that it's patient doctor privilege. But they already know that he's drunk. They already have him on record. They already have his alcohol on record. So I don't know why they're denying all this stuff just because he's banged up, and now they don't want to say anything else. Like, he's not as hurt as they're probably saying. That's why, because he was drunk, so his body was probably relaxed, and he probably didn't get banged up as they're claiming he got banged up. That's what I think. But I don't know. Henry Ruggs, you're a complete freaking idiot. I don't understand why you would do something like that in your life. You have like the best future, like, to look forward to. You're a badass wide receiver in the NFL, and now the Raiders don't have a deep threat anymore. So, they got Deshaun Watson, but I don't know. He's old. He definitely doesn't have the speed that Ruggs had. That's for damn sure. So we'll see what happens there. I mean, first we lose Gruden and go through that drama, and we shine, we're good, and then this happens, and now we're basically screwed in wide receiver. So we'll see what happens. And then you got the Aaron Rodgers stuff. So my take on the Aaron Rodgers thing is, okay, you don't want to get tested, right? Like you don't want to get the COVID test. So you're gonna come up with some whatever excuse that you're allergic to something that's in the vaccination. Okay, which is fine. So there are other players in the NFL that don't have the vaccination either, but they also stay in the bubble. So like that's the thing that annoys me with Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers is a badass quarterback. He's probably a stand-up dude, but you're gonna say you don't want to get the vaccination, but then you're not playing by the rules. So if you're not going to get the vaccination, great, but you got to play by the rules. Like you can't be going to parties, going to Halloween parties, and going out and doing all this stuff. You have to be a team leader. You have to lead your team. So you would have won a game that your team would have blown out if you would have blown that team out if you were playing. But no, you had to go to parties and just keep living your life the way you want to live your life, which I'm all for. But in this case, like you're part of the NFL, it's your job. Like you have to stay inside the bubble in order to play your quarterback position in the NFL. Like you have to abide by the rules. But just because you don't want to get vaccinated doesn't mean that you can't play by the rules. Don't get vaccinated. It's your choice. I think it's everybody's choice. Get vaccinated if you want. It's completely up to you. But if you choose not to, then you have to be safe in your life. Like for me, if I didn't get vaccinated, then I have to make sure that I don't go around people that are sick and all that, and make sure that I can go to work and support my family. But if I'm vaccinated, I don't have to worry about it so much. At least that's what they say. I mean, I really think it's all just a bunch of bullshit. But you're going to say that you don't want to be vaccinated, then you're going to go to parties and do all this stuff where you could possibly get COVID and then infect your whole team. That's not cool. That's what I think is bullshit. I think he's got a huge ego in that sense, and to me, it's kind of dumb. But you do what you do. I mean, I'm on his side in the sense that, people, there shouldn't be like rules and regulations about it, and people definitely have the right to choose. But you got to play by the rules. If you're not gonna get vaccinated, then you have to play by the NFL rules and stay in the bubble and not go out and not go to parties and not do all the things that millionaires do. I don't know. That's my take on that. Adele came back to the Oscars and killed that shit like ridiculous. She looks good too. She lost so much weight. She looks way good. All kinds of cool stuff happening in pop culture and showbiz. January 1st, we're getting a motherfucking Hogwarts Harry Potter reunion on HBO Max. That shit's gonna be sweet. All the actors are coming back. All the original actors of the Harry Potter movies are coming back for a reunion, except for J.K. Rowling, which is weird, but whatever. I want to see all them fuckers back up on the screen with their wands and all that stuff talking about Harry Potter. That's gonna be sweet. I know my wife's gonna be all about that. She's a big Harry Potter nut, so that's really cool. Uh, I have so many shows to catch up on right now. Like, there's so many shows. I started You season 3. I think we're on episode 4 right now. I started In the Dark. I think it's called In the Dark. The show with the blind chick, and it's like a big old freaking murder conspiracy show. It's pretty cool. I think we're only a couple episodes into that new season. I've been watching Dope Sick, which is a really cool show on Hulu. Goes like through the whole Purdue Pharma rise of selling tons and tons of drugs, and there's like a DEA agent that's trying to bring them down, regulate OxyContin. That show's getting really good. Michael Keaton's in it. Rosario Dawson. It's got a badass cast. Grey's Anatomy we're behind on. I think we're like behind like 3 episodes. A Million Little Things. I think we're behind like 4 episodes or 5 episodes. It's just so hard to find time for all your damn shows. The only show we've been making sure we watch is freaking Yellowstone. Oh man, they made us wait so freaking long. Every season always came out on Father's Day or the weekend of Father's Day. And nope, they said, nah, fuck it. We'll make them wait till November. But man, was it worth the wait. That episode 1 started off with a bang. That episode was so sick. That show is so good. Kevin Costner is a bad man. He is such a badass man in that show. And Rip's my favorite character. And Casey. Dude, the whole show is just badass. Episode 2 was sweet. We watched episode 3 last night. Like every Sunday, that is the like must-watch show. We have to watch that show every Sunday. The only thing that sucks about it is like, fuck. Now I gotta have like 15 other damn streaming services. I got Hulu, Netflix, HBO Max, Apple TV, and now Paramount Network because we got to be able to watch Yellowstone. Might as well just get freaking cable at this point. I got Apple TV. We watched that show C. We just finished season 2 of that with Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista was in season 2. That show's freaking badass. It's like in the future, however many thousands of years, and everybody's blind because of I don't know. I don't remember what the first season why they said everybody was blind, but everybody's blind, and Jason Momoa is like this badass blind warrior that just kills everybody. Yeah, that show's freaking sweet. And then we were watching another one on Apple TV too. There's or maybe it wasn't Apple TV. Oh, it was like a fitness show with what was that about? I forget the name of it. It was like based in the 80s though. That show's pretty funny. Taylor Swift is putting it down right now, releasing all these new songs, and she released that new music video that Blake Lively directed. What's it called? I bet you think about me. I haven't watched the video yet, but I mean it's already got millions of views. Taylor Swift it's crazy how she's releasing old music, but she's releasing it her way, and it's getting like just as many like views or listens or streams or whatever as her original song did. Like Taylor Swift can't fail. She's like Justin Bieber to me. Like they put out music and no matter what, it's gonna be listened to a gajillion times. There was another story that I was talking about, but screw it. I'm freaking waiting. This Tuesday, today, the 16th, and I'm waiting for the trailer number 2 of Spider-Man No Way Home because it's going to be freaking awesome. I mean, the first trailer already blew everybody away. You got to see Doc Ock, you got to see a pumpkin bomb, but you didn't get to see Green Goblin. Everybody's spectating, like, who's going to be in this movie? Is Andrew Garfield going to be in this movie? Is Tobey Maguire going to be in this movie because of the multiverse? I've seen theories of people thinking Ned is going to be the Green Goblin in one of the multiverses. Like, all kinds of crazy shit. I hope trailer 2 teases us just enough and leaves the rest for December because that movie is going to be insane. It's like the Eternals. I'm actually going to see the Eternals tonight. I hope it's sweet. Everybody's been kind of like 50-50 on it, but I'm sure it's probably good. It's got a bunch of sweet ass actors in it, and it's got 2 of my favorite actors from Game of Thrones, which is sweet because I haven't seen them act in a long time together, which is cool. But yeah, I think Spider-Man is going to be like the $1 billion movie for Marvel this year, and they have so many cool things coming out on Disney Plus, and the movie's coming out next year, and yeah, it's going to be pretty sweet. But I cannot wait for that trailer. It's supposed to come out, I think, like 6:30 my time, California, West Coast time. So, East Coast gotta wait till 8:30 for that shit, man. I'd be freaking going nuts trying to watch that trailer. But for the most part, I mean, I would get into politics and stuff, but I honestly don't care about politics. And my name ain't Ben Shapiro, so I'm not going to talk about that. Even though I like listening to Ben Shapiro, he's kind of funny. I listened to the last episode of Rogan and Shapiro, and it's funny because one's right and one's left, but they like get along, and that's how I kind of like I would hope everybody would be like that. Like you can disagree with each other and still be friends. You can have different opinions of other people and still be friends. Like I don't get it. Like some people are just like real outrageous and straightforward about politics, and it's like, okay, that's all fine and dandy. Like I don't believe that, but you do you. I'll still have you over for dinner. Like I don't give a shit. People are crazy about that. Uh, Logan Paul is going to be boxing Mike Tyson apparently, so we'll see how that goes down. Uh, the UFC card in December is going to be pretty sweet. Let me pull up that fight card so I can talk about that because the only I know the main card on it. Um, the main card on it is pretty sweet, so I want to give my thoughts on that. I mean, if did anybody watch that Max Holloway and Yair Rodriguez fight? Man, that shit was a barn burner, as they like to say. For for him to for him to come back and fight the way he fought, like, is insane. I'm sorry, I'm getting interrupted. Oh man. So UFC 269. UFC 269. Poirier versus Oliveira for the lightweight championship. That shit's gonna be sweet. Uh, I honestly think that Poirier could probably get it done, but Poirier's so damn good. It's really hard to say. Um, I mean that card is, ooh man, that card is stacked. That's a good ass fight card. So you got to kick off the main card. You got Julian Paiva versus Sugar Sean O'Malley. That dude is always fun to watch. That fool's freaking sick. He'll probably win. He's badass. And then you finally got Cody No Love Garbrandt returning against Car France. Car France, he's bad. That dude's been winning a lot. He's with Adesanya's camp. That dude's sick. Cody Garbrandt is always fun to watch. You know that guy is explosive. Freaking knock your head off with the last second to go, like he did to what's his name? I'm gonna totally brain fart on his name. Then you got Jeff Neal versus Santiago Ponzinibbio. Jeff Neal's sick. I don't know who Ponzinibbio is, but we'll see it. And finally, like years in the making to me, I remember when they announced this fight a long ass time ago, and I'm like, oh, that girl could probably give Ronda Rousey a run for her money, but they were friends or whatever. Juliana Pena versus Amanda Nunes. I mean, I would like to put my money on Pena, but she hasn't really fought anybody notably in a long enough time. So I think Amanda Nunes is going to mop the fucking floor with her. Like she mops the floor with every freaking woman that gets in that cage with her. She's just too damn good. Like people can't sit there and say she is not the best woman fighter of all time. Like people are like, oh, Chris Cyborg, like she just won this weekend. Yeah, okay. Amanda Nunes knocked her out. Like beat the shit out of her and knocked her out clean. Yeah, but Cyborg did this. Don't care. Amanda Nunes cleanly knocked her out. Won. Beat the shit out of her. Ronda Rousey, yeah, she was the GOAT at the time, but once Holly Holm head kicked her into space, that was a wrap on her career. So, I mean, you can't really say anything. Amanda Nunes is the GOAT for sure, 100%. I think she beats Juliana Pena, and then she's probably gonna retire. I mean, why wouldn't she? The only other fight for her, I feel like, is Valentina Shevchenko, and I don't think they would ever agree on a weight to fight at, because Shevchenko would want her to come down, and Amanda Nunes would want her to come up. And I don't think either of them want to do that. So, I don't know. I bet you she retires. If she doesn't, I'd be surprised. And then you got Charles the Bronx Oliveira versus Dustin the Diamond Poirier in the main event for the lightweight title. I mean, if someone deserves a title, like with every ounce of their being, it's Dustin Poirier. That dude deserves a damn title. He won the interim title against Max Holloway. but then Khabib choked his ass out. But I mean, Khabib's ridiculous. Can Charles Oliveira, tap him out too? I mean, he can definitely take a beating. He's definitely tough. When he fought Michael Chandler, he got freaking rocked, and he came back to beat Chandler. So I mean, it's tough to say. It's tough to say if Poirier can finish him with hands, or if Poirier, takes him down and chokes him out too. I mean, I think we'll see what happens. That fight's gonna be freaking fun to watch, though. That is a hell of a fight. And then December, what day is this? December 18th. After that, you got a pretty cool card with Derek Lewis versus Chris Daukaus. That's going to be pretty sweet. That'll be a cool fight. And then at the beginning of the year, the first pay-per-view of the year, we get to unify that heavyweight championship with Cyril Gane. That's going to be sick to watch. I don't really know what to say there. I can't tell you. Cyril Gane is probably the most athletic heavyweight there's ever been. But Ngannou's got that touch of death. He'll touch you and he'll put you to sleep, and you won't wake up, until the hospital. So we'll see what happens there. And then you got Brandon Moreno versus Figueiredo 3. Moreno mopped the floor with him the second fight. That's going to be sweet. I think Moreno gets that done again. You got Jared Cannonier versus Derek Brunson. That's a sick fight. Derek Brunson's been on a winning streak. Jared Cannonier's always been a beast. We'll see who gets that done. I'm probably going to lean towards Brunson. And then you got Trevin Giles versus Michael Morales. Michael Morales probably going to get beat up in that one. Tony Gravely versus Saman Oliveira. Cody Stamann versus Said Nurmagomedov. Maybe that dude's related to Khabib. Couldn't tell you. Bunch of other cool fights. And then you got Greg Hardy versus Olenek. Olenek probably choke his head off just like he chokes everybody out. Yeah, fun stuff coming up in sports. The Lakers are doing shit. The Rams got beat last night by the San Francisco 49ers. The NFL's been crazy. It's been all over the place. Bucks lost. Patriots blew out the freaking Browns. Like, on any given Sunday, man, the wins and losses have been crazy this year. So, I mean, it's really a toss-up to me who's going to make the Super Bowl this year. I really can't say, like, a definitive team, like, oh, yeah, they're going to mop the floor through the playoffs and get there. I really don't know. For all I know, Tom Brady would just, get out of his little midseason slump and start killing it again and take the Bucks for another championship, because that's what GOATs do. I think I'm going to go ahead and end it on there. Thank you for listening to episode 4. I was kind of unprepared for this. I jotted down some few things I wanted to talk about, but next episode will be well more prepared. I'm getting better at this as we go along. Telling my story is one thing because I can sit there and talk about it because I know all the things. I jotted dots, to like know where I was headed, but for the most part, everything was from memory. That's why I was kind of all over the place in some episodes. But I thank you for listening. I hope you guys enjoy it. Next episode will be better, and whatever happens in this world, we'll report on it. And who knows? We got Thanksgiving coming up. We'll have a Thanksgiving episode come out on that Friday. Hopefully, I'm gonna have a guest. That's the plan right now. If not, it'll just me, my lovely voice, and handsome mug on YouTube. If you watch on YouTube. Make sure you guys go to publicgift.com and use my promo code MENTAL25 for 10% off any purchase. And remember, the proceedings go to addiction recovery, alcoholic recovery, you name it, it goes towards it. It's a pretty cool website. I'm happy to be a brand ambassador for them. MENTAL25, MENTAL25, publicgift.com. I'll see you guys next week. My name's Nick, and we'll laugh about this tomorrow.